So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So, did you find something?
No.
And now back to...
Sup, dudes? My name is Dakota, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last video was... last video was a pretty good overall. The trial pretty much ended in an uproar where they were talking about how the SL9 incident turns out during the whole trial there, they actually used forged evidence. That was like the big reveal there. How I guess they couldn't really find a good explanation for Joe Dark, so they made up because the SL9 incident thing was technically the Joe Dark killings, so they brought that up, and we just learned from the marshal and Lana that it was basically forged evidence used was in that, so I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, the trial was really good, so hopefully the next investigation is pretty much better than the previous one, because that thing was freaking too long. But anyway, let's get into this. Day 3 investigation. February 24, 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. law offices.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
Damn, dude. Friggin' boom.
I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. What the hell? I'm just now learning this crap? Oh wait, this was introduced way later in the series. That probably makes sense.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you.
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Oh, the hell?
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, bolt lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up at the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture? After the incident.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could just have testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though you may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up for what she did, especially not to Emma. Okay, the permanent picture. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Die!
Dark knocked Mr. Marshall and knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out.
As everyone does.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that if I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. Find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's been puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, it's no mystery there. Joe Dark has been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview, fled into my sister's office.
But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective? It's like everybody. Everybody's used to be a detective one, then others all got fired from it. Oh, I better have another talk with her. Okay. Straight to the detention center. Nowhere freaking else. Oh, you're actually freaking here.
Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. Didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risk.
Lana. Emma told me about you.
Oh.
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
Oh, you're actually gonna tell me something? Alright, today's trial. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, much though I expected as much. I know how excessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believe in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. Die! I'm killing you, Goodman! How about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I ever seen Lana look so phased before. Okay, she's finally kind of slightly opening up a little bit.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing!
Her and Gant. Oh, yeah.
They still talk about the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant.
He was the deputy chief of the police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports even could be filed.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you can use that experience in court, right? Gant's help with the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Huh?
2 years ago, I was second in command of detectives investigating DARKE.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes. The Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and had the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force.
Goodman, Marshall, Starr, other Marshall.
Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gun-ho.
God blazing, yeah!
Without that, Joe DARKE was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from DARKE. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us. The first one.
David Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning DARKE that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and DARKE must have suddenly panicked. So he went until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me.
So, you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning DARKE.
Holy crap, bro.
When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out,
And the suspect, Joe DARKE. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe DARKE has incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed DARKE under immediate arrest.
let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence.
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was just solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. Guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Darke. Life doesn't end with a closing of a case. Everyone has to live with the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Darke by the police department, right? Or at the police department. Not by the police. That'd be crazy.
Yes, in the office that Damon Gann and I shared. The office that Mr. Gann now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
You should have looked at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Okay, this is probably where we're most likely going to lean into the bringing up Gant a lot more. Criminal affairs. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. Chief Detective seems the same though.
Why don't I go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. I didn't. Or wait. The entrance? Oh, frick. Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things churn out this way when I woke up this morning. Okay, Sarah, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If there ever was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Where you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall? Would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting my steak lunch today. The Darke trial. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All of the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Darke's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. Huh. However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
Okay, about his brother. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor the very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Dr. Goodman was murdered. And the evidence locker was empty. So, somebody beat him to it. Like I said, it's that 777-7777 number. And if it has to be somebody that we know, it has to be like the high, because they said that it has to be like one of the higher ranks. It's got to be Damon Gant. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something too, the commissioners wouldn't get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. Hey.
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant and Skye, so they were partners in all this. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and the second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She'd never been the same since she left. Everyone knew her, said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that you mention it, Emma says something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret's too well guarded. Never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly entertaining. Or was that a lightning? Damn it. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. Someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Oh, cracked it open. Oh, did he actually just drink it now? Did it have a lid on it this entire time? I wasn't paying attention. Cracked it open now. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Huh. Okay. Marshall was alright. He was a cool cat. Okay, I guess we're going to the prosecutor's office then. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking at what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
Well, we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
Instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hey in there, Lana.
Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. All of them. Edgeworth? Edgeworth, hello?
Mr. Edgeworth isn't here.
God damn it. May's being questioned by inquiry committee? Took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with Alana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later. Frick me, where the frickin' heck do I go? Okay, we're gonna go into the police department. Place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, you actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision of what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media until tomorrow's trial. Here's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. Like, festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe get his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
All right, here we go. What the absolute hell? Is this Oregon? We got Oregon? There's the picture where Marshall got the trophy. Huh. Okay, the police department, chief's office. Holy crap. Maybe this is where Damon Gant gets his freaking music from. Whoa, where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss... Little Miss Buck. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Never could remember where C was.
Oh. Hi, Gant. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Rhino, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. Oh. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So, this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Huh. Okay. What's with these freaking long pauses with Gant? Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case is long since over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Oh damn, kicked us out.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
Seems that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. But how? How? Just go in and go through the elevator and frick me. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long.
Actually, from serving everyone coffee. I was like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. Sounds like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
He's currently doing his freaking games, the Miles Edgeworth investigation games right now. That's what he's doing. He's doing another freaking case in there.
That's basically what it all boils down to. Falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Okay. Edgeworth's crisis. Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Well, this guy's the guilty party here, isn't she?
Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from all those who don't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work!
Yes, sir!
Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat!
Yes, sir!
You gotta take me back to the joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Yes, sir!
Seems you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack.
Hopefully he does not. Please.
Actually, I took a look at the file earlier when the coffee was brewing.
Seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean?
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, he was trying to protect some girl.
Boom!
Me.
Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's when he left the most incriminating evidence at all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Hold on, I'm thinking. Oh, I forget. Like, it's written somewhere in here, okay?
Powers of recollection never failed to impress.
It was just showing the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Okay. Don't you mean this knife? About this.
Hey, is that? Oh my god!
There's a tag attached to it with the label SO9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that? Ever since the case was closed, the knife's been locked away in the locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Hold on, is it the option yet? Not yet. We gotta talk about Dark's crimes.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
Businessman? What didn't take it to the serial killing?
One day of his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car. So, it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transferred him to an animal!
An animal?
He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the crime. Well, kidnapped by dude. Then he killed him too. Then, by holy Frank, a jogger came up to the scene and was killed as well. Finally turned himself in.
Holy crap, just killed everybody that looked.
God damn.
Seems like he was a pretty careless animal.
Of course, that's all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
Oh, he turned himself in?
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that the last witness wasn't killed.
Oh, last witness. AKA Emma. Right. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus he had his fingerprints on it too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where your luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken!
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off the tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body! It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet. Down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Okay, now Neil's on top. Stabbed in the back, died from the punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found in the wound. Huh. Okay, belonged to the murderer, Joe Dark.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card could unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'll be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'll be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
What about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting him into the office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind.
I don't know. Go for the frickin' blue badger. This guy almost made us lose the case today.
What are you talking about? He was guarded the bloodstain of the evidence like him with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays.
It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well.
I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to the blue badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. Possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. Yeah, well.
That's the ID card record, isn't it?
Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 p.m. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number.
7777777, yeah.
That's 1 too many. An executive officer. I might just have a hunch. Oh yeah, it's obviously, it has to be Gant. Gotta be.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Oh, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten. Yeah, I don't remember if I showed him that before. Wait, the trophy doesn't have a sword. See that crap? So you got this. The shield. Oh wait, there's the slot where the sword should be, right? Oh. And that sword is also broken. Could it possibly be that was not broken? No, wait, no, it had to be broken. I don't know. It also looks like that this jar is actually in the photo as well. Because Phoenix says that there was something with the photo. Looks like the jar's there. But... frick. Okay, let's walk around a little bit. Maybe we'll get something. Okay, back at the prosecutor's office. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Huh. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Sure, but Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Well, too bad. I got some stuff to talk to you about. Board's evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to attain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I take pride in my work. So tell me why? Why's it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. And tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? Huh. First, last year's trial, now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me, huh? Oh, it's not like people make some yaoi about us or anything, you know, some weird crap. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you just can't walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case will come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists. That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. May not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture? Nothing seems strange about it. Alright, I can show him the picture then. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Don't tell me how I have it. Prosecutor Neil Marshall, you're gonna start making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the Kingdom Prosecutor's Trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes.
The trophy Mr. Marshall's holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting. Do you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Huh. Okay, the day of the crime. Can you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in the ceremony over at the station, right? Never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this.
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning and drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning that to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. story we heard yesterday. So, you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right.
You know, it is coincidental that it happened to be Edgeworth's car where it happened too. So, if Chief Gant told him to bring it over there, yeah, if that was the reason that he had to go get that freaking evidence anyway, then Edgeworth was probably just used. Kingdom Prosecutor's Trophy. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you ever heard the story? Me? Well, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though, for Emma's sake? Very well. What the heck? Wait a minute here. I'm not on the witness stand! Long ago in the Kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with two items. The first was the halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was the shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. No wonder they played it like you were doing a cross-examination.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize?
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant, see, there we go again. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, given it its current form. So he was probably hiding the daggone thing. Okay, I don't think there's anything here. But I need to get into Chief Gant's office. Okay, I don't have anything else then. What was that piece of paper you threw down? Wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth's sitting right there.
Let's distract him. I'll check it out.
Oh, hey, Edgeworth! Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground!
Hold on, first let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet.
You didn't even look.
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should ever forgive me either.
Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
But Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation. I wonder if I could use it for anything. Edgeworth discarded letter of resignation. He's serious. Okay. That's what I gotta use for, probably for Gumshoe. Okay, the parking lot. Excuse me. Oh, hey!
Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
Miss Star! She's out of lunches.
You certainly aren't the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought she'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
Everyone in his trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness.
Yes, and Lana stabbed Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Starr's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. God damn, I gotta talk to you now. Dark Investigation.
Joe Dark. No, that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant.
I'm like mixing them up too. They're pretty much the same voice. After case closed.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious from the evidence produced in the courts was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. But it's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used? The legendary duo.
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation while Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism is particular was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Credible evidence? You mean?
Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confirm him though.
I take it she's talking about the forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hadn't anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what it makes the most infuriating. The star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Alright, being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position with Chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean? That's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know. But one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last. Finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star.
You listen to me, rookie. If the explorer isn't just ingredients to great fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been.
Thanks, Star. Okay. Yeah, now this is becoming like a power move from Gantz. Okay, back here.
Oh, you're back.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning to a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Oh, that DJ.
I got my persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief office, period. I'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there.
There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
Okay, this is where we gotta use the, this.
What's this crumbled up piece of paper? Wait, what? Wait, no way! Mr. Edgery can't be serious!
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far!
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it! I made up my mind!
What?
Here, take my ID card.
I can't do that. Someone found out.
They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know how this case turns out. I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
But at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake!
Alright, detective. Thank you. Okay. Now we got Gumshoe's ID. Alright. Now, back to the chief's office. Can't stop us now, Chief Gantz. He's just at the door. Hello.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
Click. There we go. Wow. Anyone could just go right into the chief's office.
We're in. If anyone finds us now.
Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out! Ah!
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. Oh, I came too.
You're here, then what's the point of you giving us your ID? Crushed and rendered unusable in the pocket.
Hey, don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
I got a bad feeling about this. Alright. So you did stuff something in this desk, right?
Wow, look at the size of Chief Kid's desk.
Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Chief Cat! Put that paper he was reading in his desk. Wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
List of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
look at the case's name.
Huh. SL9, isn't it? I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, Detective Gumshoe. What did you just say?
I said I wonder what...
No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. So this is the other half.
That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-sized list of evidence. The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it. The chief must have been hiding something about that case.
It would appear so. It's ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Can I look at it? Just the... Whoa! What? What the hell? Wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here.
What is it? Did you find something?
I can't make it out. Better keep quiet about it for now. Oh, no, it's nothing.
Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright?
Better not forget about this picture. What the that was the... I guess that's the... When... The whole Joe Dark was like at the freaking... Or somebody was at the murder somebody. That night that Emma witnessed it. What the heck? Look at the safe. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay, if you say so.
Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
What code am I putting in? 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is.
Do you know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's...
What the heck? I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Let me try this. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yep! It opened! Chief Gant went in that freaking evidence room. I freaking knew it! Bingo!
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that? Her birthday was that, pal?
777 7777. The final ID card number on the record.
What?
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1 7 shy this time. It can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
Okay, here we go.
Is there any money in there? How much money does he have stashed away?
Look, it's,
It's the other part of the freaking jar.
A shard from a broken cup.
Somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
there's something else in here too.
A handprint? What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think she made a design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove that he has something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take him. After all, it's my neck on the line here!
Right, now I have to prove the relevancy to get them. Are these two items related to the SL9 incident?
Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective.
Okay, first off, the jar. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days.
It was kind of early to be nostalgic.
Was this jar a piece of evidence for that case?
That's right, one of the shards of SL9 is a sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Hold on. Oh my god! Now you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Here we go. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
I can piece this together again. You're proved. Chief Game was knowingly hiding evidence. Here it goes. Here it goes. So, rotate. Like that. Boom. Got it. There. Fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Game willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. You know, why didn't just freaking drive off with the freaking piece and just destroyed it?
What?
Hey guys, get a load of this!
What is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
There's reddish line on it.
A reddish line. That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in a safe?
Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Blood traces. Can I present this for the gumshoe? I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hey, I know what this is. So, you want to take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, Detective.
Alright, go to town. Jeesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead. Take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't time for jokes. Talking about the cloth we found in the safe.
Oh, ha. I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Jeesh, where's your sense of humor?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Pick out the pattern on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow them the rest of the way.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. So, we need a really good print off of this one. I guess this one? Get all the freaking powder up there. Yeah, line it up. Line it up. So then I could go whoosh. There we go. Yeah, give me that print. Give me that print, baby. Give me that print. Yeah. Down here a little bit. Spray that. Yeah. All right. No, not Damon Gant. No. 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 It's Emma's. Oh, crap. No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they?
Huh? Oh, seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought that'd be Dark's prints.
Psst. Hey, you, over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the cheap safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Okay. Here, maybe you should hold on to this.
But what? Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Okay. Alright, the chief's office. A desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Alana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
Now, sir, this is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy about preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so at the New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touched that desk.
No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. Can't possibly be any clues left. Oh, we just found some. Chief Gant.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. There's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now then, let's look at more.
Hey, hold on! Not so fast, pal!
Well, what is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal! You don't just let it go at that.
I'm sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You still don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Chief Gant. Let's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps best I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to our ID card, we were able to get into some hard evidence.
Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Ah! You can't!
We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective.
Do you mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
Sir?
Now get out.
Yes, sir?
We'll be on our way too then.
Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like to have a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
But, Mr. Wright!
Emma, you don't have to freaking stay. Oh, goddamn it.
Look, pal, I told you once. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But now, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
Well, you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it would be like this, I would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I can finally start to get the picture. Why is she kept eerily silent about it all the time?
Anyway, you listen to me. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the Chief again. There, pal.
I thought I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So, she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
I see. So if the chief asked him to come in for questioning.
No use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to do everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
What you told me over these past couple days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that is lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Alright, keep him quiet. I have to admit that I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted that you did it, yet there's no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who am I, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name?
Gant. Well, Miss Guy? She turned around.
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a little bit more about what you think you know? Or what you think you know?
Damon Gant.
We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes.
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant.
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Do I show her the jar, or do I show... I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Did you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than the Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
The murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's dead body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car.
What? Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you are not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was just trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon wasn't inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident? Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
That's the reason for the bandage on your right hand.
Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
A star, huh? Why do you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I I didn't ever want to be opened again. My attempt was to prevent that, by whatever means possible.
Hey, look over here! So, you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evident in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edward's exhaust pipe.
Right, then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma.
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
Bad feeling.
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. Phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
The Marshal? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted the fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or, at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade on his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still had made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and investigator. Now, please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. Well, one way to drive out Lana's demons. I gotta get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Wow. That was actually a spectacular investigation. That was the best investigation of the case. Oh, they didn't have to like go along with it with trying to learn new freaking tricks, new mechanics and whatnot. Just straight up just getting some details and details. Oh, that was actually a really good one. And then this is the final day. Seems like there's 2 different more trials. Farmer and then the ladder. Holy crap. We are almost done with this freaking first game, technically. Oh, alright. Well. Whew. Again, this is a really good investigation. That investigation was probably the best out of all the freaking investigations in the episode. Oh. Okay, well, all right, guys. Seems we're going to be moving on to the last trial for Ace Attorney in the next part. I don't know if the next part's technically going to be. It depends how long this trial is. It's going to have to be 1 or 2 different more videos, but we're getting to the near end of this, so hopefully it ends in a really big way, because this has actually been a really, I would say probably the first trial was good. The first 2 investigations were kind of just excruciating to kind of get through. And then the trial, the second trial after has been really good. So it's been kind of up and down with this whole episode. So, yeah, we're getting to the near end of this. I don't even know if this is going to be, if the next video is going to be the end or not. So we'll see what happens here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it at all, please give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, as it really does help me out. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later.